sorry about that again. The thing, figure out the problem was, I had the option where it automatically stops recording when the camera's upside down, so anyway, I turned that off. Anyway, back to what I was saying is, so for the movie mode here, so anyway, you'll program auto, aperture, shutter, and manual. So the manual, it makes sense that you would want to have the lens on auto manual focus, and that's the only way you can do full manual. But for the aperture and shutter speed priority, you can't do it with autofocus. You have to do manual focus, which is one of the things I hate, but it's not like a game-changing thing where I would pick the other camera. That's just the other thing, you know, I'm saying. Anyway, I'm gonna do program auto, and then for the white, ISO auto, and let's see. Okay, so white balance. I like the white balance on the Sony for two reasons. First, you can do all this warm, you know, indecent, all that, and you can have this little temperature filter, which you have on the 60D2, where basically making a warm or, you know, cold effect with the white balance. And then I also like the custom one, where it's basically, as you can see, it's like a little grid. Let's see if I can turn the shutter speed down on the camera to see if you guys can see it clearly. Right now you guys can see it alright. Oh yeah, and Panasonic TM700, good camera. Anyway, here, I'm gonna, as you can see, and go down. Looking at the screen, the color's changing. So that thing is only in the Sony, and I really like that. It can have a lot of cool effects, even though you don't have the digital cinema mode, like the, you know, the Canon digital cinema mode. You can still make it your custom effect on that. You just have to learn, you know, just try it, and that way you can figure out which one is best for which situation, you know. So anyway, let's set it to that, and auto white balance. And here, you don't have that little temperature filter thing. And one more thing that I hate about the 60D, not the a65, is a freaking dial. It's locked, so you want to do this, you have to press the dial, so it would take a while to do this. And you can see after the movie mode, you can't go any further. So if you want to go back to the manual mode, you have to turn that all the way around, and then get that done. Hot shoe. I like the 60D. It's a regular hot shoe. It's just a freaking Sony, where you have to buy the either the adapter, which you can buy the Sony adapter for from the Sony website, which is going to cost you a lot, because, as you know, they always trying to make their accessories a lot. Or you can buy it from eBay. Not really a big concern, but something to look for if you have a shotgun microphone like I do. You're gonna need to put the adapter on there, and then you know, put whatever you want. Flash, split the flash on both of them. This one has auto HDR, where the exposure is even and everything. Nothing's too dark, nothing's too light, you know. Like I said before, autofocus on this is good, perfect. Now freaking I mean, why do I keep saying freaking for some reason? Anyway, the ISO for the movie mode, it goes to 1600, no higher. And I'm going to switch this to manual mode. Anyway, I'm going to turn up the shutter speed. And where is it? ISO goes to 16,000. And sometimes, like in this light, like in lights like this, images look great, but sometimes, especially when it's almost dark, and the Sony does have a hard time with autofocusing, and sometimes it just does not take a picture unless you're in manual, what do you call it? Oh yeah, manual focus. it would do the same thing that the 60D was doing with it, where it would just like try to autofocus and it would fail, so you can't take the picture. Anyway, that's the basics of this. There isn't really anything else that I can say. Although what I will say is the 18 to 135 lens is great. It is just one of the best lenses. All the other kits I've gotten, I've always gotten the 1855 one because I haven't really gotten a camera that expensive that where you can, or available in the store where I can actually buy a 18 to 135 lens, and this 60D is the one that I bought. The ISO only goes to 6400, but images are going to be more sharper on this one. Not in all situations, but indoor, yes. Low light, yes. But indoor lighting, with lighting, this is going to be the same. It's basically my basic review on this. And if I do decide to go with the Canon, I will not keep the 60D. Instead, what I am going to do is I am going to replace my 60D with a T3i. But a T3i with the 18 to 135, and probably buy the 55 to 250 image stabilization zoom lens. Oh yeah, and one more good thing about the Sony is going to be the image stabilization. It's built into the camera. So any crappy lens, if you buy just the non-image stabilization lens, which you would, it is going to be a lot cheaper. It's going to stabilize it for you. Also, you can see autofocusing manual focus, so it has a built-in motor. So let's see, for lens, like, where did it go? Here it is. This is the Sony 75 to 300 telephoto. It's one of the cheapest and good build quality for Sony. It's way better than the 1855. This is actually really good, like metal, or high durable plastic. Anyway, as you can see, this thing has no autofocus or manual mode switch. That's where you basically operate from here. It's a built-in motor, full HD, and the flash. It has the flash and everything. One thing I hated was the screen, and also the shutter, the whole movie shutter speed thingy. Here, you cannot make the shutter speed lower than, I think, 1/30th for Canon. I'm not sure about that. Video quality is good outside. I will put a video test of the all three of these and the Panasonic TM700 because I've been meaning to do that, but I never gotten the time to do that. Anyway, that's basically it. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, one more last thing I almost forgot. Definitely, if you do want one of these, and if you're having trouble with the video mode, and the problem could be your SD cards. As you can see, I have two SD cards here. The Sony can use their Memory Stick Pro Duo, which only works for Sony products or certified products. Or you can, for the Sony, you can also use the regular SD card. With the Canon, you can use the SD card. So you can see I have two from Black Friday. $20. Good deal, very good deal. As you can see, the Sony one to 50 megabytes. It doesn't mean 50 megabyte write. I mean 50 megabyte read probably, but write is around 28 megabytes, just enough for the 60p mode. And this is the Sony's highest speed, at least I think it is, highest speed card, and it is recommended for the DSLR and full HD video. I can use this with the Sony too, but I bought this because, in my opinion, I'm not sure, this might not be true at all, or it might be true. I think the Sony Memory Pro Duo works better with the Sony product because they are built for each other. I think this will record better for the Sony if I do decide to keep that. Or I can just get this, and this was SanDisk, up to 30 megabytes, read and write, and class 10. Remember, they're both class 10. This one does not have a class, but the SD cards do have a class. And this is class 10. And it supports full HD and 3D video, even in 3D. And anyway, that's basically it.